World War I. Strap in as we dive into some incredible facts about the Great War. From the trenches to the skies, let's explore the stories that shaped our world. World War I began on July 28, 1914, but did you know that it was triggered by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria? This single event cascaded into a global conflict involving over 30 countries. Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated by Gavrilo Princip, a Bosnian Serb nationalist. Ironically, Princip's original plan was foiled, but he managed to shoot the Archduke when their car took a wrong turn. The scale of mobilization was unprecedented. Over 70 million military personnel, including 60 million Europeans, were mobilized in one of the largest wars in history. The war introduced the world to trench warfare. Stretching from the North Sea to the Swiss border, the Western Front trenches spanned approximately 400 miles. Life in the trenches was brutal. Soldiers faced not only enemy fire but also lice, rats, and diseases like trench foot. A painful condition caused by prolonged exposure to damp, unsanitary, and cold conditions. Trench foot could lead to gangrene, often requiring amputation. Despite these horrors, soldiers displayed remarkable resilience. World War I saw significant technological advancements. The war introduced tanks, with the British Mark I making its debut in 1916. Tanks were initially called land ships. They were intended to break the stalemate of trench warfare, though early models were slow and unreliable. The skies became a new battleground with the introduction of fighter aircraft. The infamous Red Baron, Manfred von Richthofen, was the war's most successful flying ace, with 80 confirmed kills. The Red Baron's all-red aircraft became a symbol of fear and respect among Allied pilots. World War I marked the first large-scale use of chemical weapons. The Germans introduced chlorine gas at the Second Battle of Ypres in 1915. Gas masks became a crucial piece of equipment, with soldiers developing ingenious ways to protect themselves, including using urine-soaked cloths to neutralize chlorine gas. The war also saw the rise of submarine warfare. German U-boats targeted Allied shipping, leading to the sinking of the Lusitania in 1915, a significant factor in bringing the United States into the war. The sinking of the Lusitania killed 1,198 people, including 128 Americans, fueling anti-German sentiment in the United States. Communication advancements were vital. The use of the telegraph and radio allowed for faster coordination of military operations. The war also saw the use of carrier pigeons. Cher Ami, a famous carrier pigeon, saved nearly 200 American soldiers by delivering a crucial message despite being injured. Medical advancements surged due to the war. Blood transfusions became more common, and the use of antiseptics helped reduce infections. Nurses, often overlooked heroes, played a critical role. Over 22,000 American women served as nurses, enduring harsh conditions to save lives. The war had a profound impact on society. Women entered the workforce in unprecedented numbers, taking on roles traditionally held by men. This shift was pivotal in advancing women's rights, leading to greater demands for suffrage and equality. The war officially ended with the signing of the Treaty of Versailles on June 28, 1919. The treaty imposed harsh penalties on Germany, setting the stage for future conflicts. The war guilt clause of the treaty forced Germany to accept full responsibility for the war, a controversial decision that caused deep resentment. The war influenced culture significantly. The lost generation of writers, including Ernest Hemingway and F. Scott Fitzgerald, emerged, capturing the disillusionment of the post-war era. Art also reflected the war's impact, with movements like Dadaism challenging traditional norms and expressing the chaos and absurdity of the conflict. The war reshaped global politics. The collapse of empires, including the Austro-Hungarian, Ottoman, Russian, and German empires, led to the redrawing of national boundaries. New countries emerged from the ruins, including Poland, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia, altering the geopolitical landscape of Europe. Personal stories from the war, reveal incredible bravery. Alvin York, an American soldier, single-handedly captured 132 German soldiers, earning him the Medal of Honor. Edith Cavell, a British nurse, helped Allied soldiers escape from occupied Belgium. She was executed by the Germans, but remains a symbol of courage and sacrifice. Even the wristwatch became popular due to the war. Soldiers needed a practical way to tell time in the trenches, leading to widespread use and eventual fashion trend. The war is commemorated through numerous memorials. The poppy flower became a symbol of remembrance, inspired by the poem In Flanders Fields by John McCrae. Every year, on November 11th, we observe Armistice Day, now known as Veterans Day or Remembrance Day, to honor those who served and sacrificed, made in the name of peace and freedom, and to honor the courage of those who put their lives on the line for their countries.